So many different types of Cyberman and always that cold, dead stare. Is becoming a Cyberman the scariest thing ever? The Cybermen are human beings, not like Daleks or Zygons or Autons. On a planet twinned with Earth, the cybernetic remodeling of humanity is deemed a necessity, and in the generations of cyber conversion to come, the traces of humanity are gradually drained away to give way to an augmented algorithm of destruction. I'm vague in my description of the planet twinned with Earth because the main bulk of Cyberman narrative happened twice under similar circumstances. The first was in the classic Doctor Who series way back in 1966, telling the story of an unimaginably futuristic setting of 1986, where the Earth's twin secret planet of Mondas revealed its legacy. This ill-fated world had been knocked out of orbit and found itself drifting in space. In a bid for survival, the technologically adept Mondasians replaced their human body parts for cybernetic implants. Out of necessity for their own sanity in the isolated reaches in space, they removed their emotions also. The same events took place in the new Who Doctor Who series in a parallel Earth, where, with the aid of a resident mad scientist, the Cybermen started afresh. In both cases and more, the Cybermen aroused out of humanity's own insecurity and desire to better themselves. Naturally, the greater and more misguided the desire, the bigger the sacrifice. The Cybermen not only gave up on everything that was human, but went on to condemn anything that was. They evolved to become a highly efficient parasite, which ploughed through the universe and sprouted like mechanical weeds in just about every place imaginable. Intelligence and knowledge was their key. They would adapt, they would conquer, but most importantly, they would upgrade. Those bulky tracksuits with gloved hands would subside to newer and sleeker models. Cybermen would reside in hives in secret locations, striving for their own perfection, change into improved incarnations of Silver Terror every time they resurfaced. Their legacy is formidable, and their mission has never changed. Naturally, the Doctor thwarts them at virtually every turn, and though powerful, the Cybermen were never indestructible. But the fact that they return time and time again proves that they can never truly be defeated. Whilst the Daleks cling to survival by chance and willpower, the Cybermen are an inevitability that resurfaces every time human beings put their mortality into question. This is the unfortunate byproduct of the human condition. Even if they are completely wiped out, they will return. Perhaps becoming cyber is humanity's destiny. Great big synchronized legions of Cybermen are a creepy enough prospect, but what about the individual Cyberman? Not to be confused, of course, with the lone Cyberman, though he himself was a pretty formidable dude. Episodes like the Pandorica Opens did a sterling job of reminding us what the Cyberman is: an automated coffin for a lifeless human within, a cursed idea of mortality that, with hindsight, the human pioneers of early Cyberman days would surely have never undergone if they knew it would have ended this way, a machine destined only to kill and become obsolete. Consider also the Doctor Falls, where we get a unique insight into the tortured internal conflict that a converted human endures. For the Doctor's feisty companion Bill, it is a one-way exit from a sweet life of normality. Tears are shed during this struggle not to succumb to the Cyberman programming, striking an eerie contrast to the Cyberman eye which remains consistent across future conversions, the despair of the human host immortalised. A Cyberman is driven only by control and to fulfill its objective, never questioning the ultimate irony of seeking to delete and upgrade to the ultimate paradigm of supremacy, but having no soul to appreciate the prospect. Its mission by definition is pointless, and yet still it soldiers on, uncaring and oblivious. Becoming a Cyberman is one of the scariest things ever, because alongside the hellish conversion process, the concept of remaining an autonomous machine for an indefinite lifespan, with your emotions wiped clean and your soul removed, is akin to being trapped in a dream and the only release is for you to wake up. Except you can't wake up, because this is real. A Cyberman is a machine, but the blueprint is humanity, and therefore somewhere in all of that silver, the human still resides. In all that programming, a life force still beats, damned to an abominable existence that conflicts the very nature of life, to think, to feel, to love and to hate. Being a Cyberman is the ultimate curse. Powerful, yes. Dominant, yes. At peace with itself, quite the opposite. And there is nothing else to do except to wage war for all eternity.